people who see offenders who are just getting out are like, oh, they're this evil person who did blah 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 to the community, or they're evil people. But honestly, most of us are just people who made a mistake and got ourselves in a bad situation.
I think a lot of the programs we have here are teaching them to change.
People coming out from jail, aren't always bad, and we're not forever criminals. You know what I'm saying? People do change.
We are releasing inmates into the community that are going to be productive citizens.
We're here to try to, again, rehabilitate and make people better than just putting them back out on the street.
I am one of the classification treatment managers here at the jail. The actual reentry dorm started November of 2016. The program is a 90-day program, so it's offenders that are sentenced and going home within 90 days. So here at the ADC, we have different layers of reentry. First of all, we work on job readiness training, so it helps them to make them more employable. They have their resume when they leave out of here. We partner with George Mason University. We have interns that come in every semester, and they meet with offenders that are sentenced within 30 to 45 days.
So we can work with them trying to get them any of their vital records, which include their social security, birth certificate, driver's license. If they want any information on job listings and job information, job training, we can get them that information along with education information, healthcare information, housing, food stamp information and application. If they have substance abuse or alcohol addiction, we can get them information on AA meetings, NA meetings, and anything they might need along the lines of that.
I currently oversee the day-to-day runnings of the reentry dorm. I provide the case management as well as scheduling of the volunteers that come in. We have a couple different tools that we use to decide on the eligibility of the inmate population. The first that we use is the proxy tool, and that is a 3-question questionnaire that looks at their risk of reoffending.
The tool really is intended for helping practitioners with that case planning process in a way that is intended to have the greatest reduction on recidivism, but also to look at the individual as more than just that reduction in recidivism. I work at the Center for Advancing Correctional Excellence at George Mason University. I'm a researcher. The risk need responsivity simulation tool is a decision support tool intended to help criminal justice practitioners, treatment providers that are working with criminal justice clients be able to take all the information they're collecting on them. Oftentimes these are assessments that they've been collecting, and be able to actually take that information and prioritize the needs, and also think about where they should go for programming, what they should be matched to.
We only focus our efforts on the medium to high risk of reoffending. We have substance use classes, both alcohol related as well as narcotics. Some of the other skills that they are able to pick up on would be some of the vocational training that we do. One would be Serve Safe, which is a food industry management certification, and we also have VDOT Flagger certification.
We have a class that was inspired by Toastmasters that we do here. It's a public speaking class, and I look forward to it now more than anything. I think that was my biggest impact, and I'll take that with me forever.
They're able to obtain most of their needs while they're here. Some of the agencies they meet with, they will have to meet with them upon their release date, but a lot of those needs they're able to accomplish while they're in the dorm.
I believe the reentry dorm has been beneficial so far, not only for the offenders, but the community, and as well as with probation.
A majority of the conditions for my probation I've already completed here in the program. Now I can focus more on getting a job and moving on with life.
Depending on their offense, if it's not a violent offense, such as they're a gang member or sex offender, then I'm more than likely going to supervise them. So I've already built the rapport coming to the jail, meeting with them, and then when they get out, I am their PO for the first 90 to 120 days.
We also partner with Goodwill, so the offenders that need suit, ties, and shoes, we can provide that for them. So just help them have that opportunity for that first job interview so they can, kind of impress the person that they're trying to employ with.
I was able to get a job as soon as I came home from jail. I was able to have different job resources if needed. I was able to do a lot of things that I wouldn't have been able to do if it wasn't for this program. I feel like every jail needs to have a program like this, and I guarantee the success rate of inmates would be different if there was more reentry programs.
So we want to make sure that we try to ensure that transition back into the community as smooth as possible.
Because we know most of these people are going to end up back in society anyway, and wouldn't we as a society want them to be better coming out than they were going in? Within the reentry program, I'm the teacher for a class called Decision Points, which is a class to combat criminal thinking. In Decision Points, they learn a lot of skills. First and foremost, they learn to slow down. I think a lot of people are in automatic pilot a lot of times, and they just go straight from a situation to acting without really thinking about the consequences. So the class teaches 4 steps to get them to stop and think about what they're doing before they act on it.
It gives you the tools to think before you actually take action. I'll definitely say that. It can help you from not reoffending. People are just sitting around in jail and they're not really doing anything. There's no programs like this. There's not enough of them out there. And to be honest, when people are sitting in jail, they're scheming of what they're gonna do when they get home. They're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna sell this, or I'm gonna go try to rob this. Trying to get that fast money, but fast money is always no good money. Or you can get the tools necessary and get your mind straight before you actually return home.
I think programming in general definitely has a positive effect on incarcerated people. I think, the old school way of thinking of putting them there just to punish is now kind of changed a little. Whereas, yes, they've committed a crime and they need to be punished. But instead of, let's just put them in there as a punishment, it's sort of like a rehabilitation now. We are really a joint partnership with other community services. And again, trying to rehabilitate people, which I think as far as policymakers, it's a good thing to know that we do need to invest into that, maybe policy-wise, maybe financially. I would hope that police would understand that at this point, we're here to try to, again, rehabilitate and make people better than just putting them back out on the streets.
It helped them get ready for that transition back into the community. It helps them to build a relationship with community partners to establish resources when they get out.
I definitely think that a program like this is needed in all jails. I kind of wonder why it wasn't put in places sooner.
I would like to see that the agency is very supportive of the reentry dorm as well as the community. We do rely on volunteers to come in and teach the classes and host the presentations. So to see that grow, to get more agency involvement, more community involvement, I really think that we can make this different.